All right, Panther fans. So, just a quick video to wrap up what the Panthers did first day of free agency. We just finished the stream. Now, last year, I do believe that as soon as we ended the stream and I recorded this video, that I do believe we then made another deal. So I'm trying to get the Panthers to get that one more deal that they have out there. So the losses are obviously unavoidable. You can't underestimate. Now I'll go with the two different sections. In terms of the fourth line, we lost Stenlund and Lomberg. We replaced them with Nosek and Greer. Now I love Lomberg, but we got better and cheaper. Nosek got a little bit less money than what Stenlund was already making. He's bigger. He's really good in the face-off circle. And from all accounts, Greer, he's 6'3", 209. So the fourth line definitely got a lot more size to it. And I got no complaints there. I hate to see Lomberg go. Calgary was an interesting decision. That is one thing. I'm not sure at what point he was running topless through the streets with the sunshine and the beach and the cup. I'm not sure at what point he thought, Calgary, let's go to Calgary. But it is what it is. These guys got to go where the money's good. He got $2 million. That's too much for Ryan Lomberg in terms of what we can afford. And so there's that. Let's see. Now defensively, that's where we took a kick in the nuts. A couple kicks in the nuts. Now we kind of expected we're going to lose Montour. 7 years at $7 million to Seattle. I almost said Nashville. OEL going to Toronto was a bit of a surprise. He did get, I'll have the numbers here on the screen. It was either 3.5. It was like $1 million and $1.5 million more than he was making here in Florida. But we don't know if we even offered him the same amount. We might have just said, hey, can you take a pay cut? So Toronto was an interesting decision. Obviously, he wants to win. Toronto has a chance, kind of ish, to win, right? Now, I don't know what the tax situation is, but with the way that the Canadians are complaining on Twitter about the tax situation, I would assume that what OEL is going to make in Toronto is not a whole lot more than he made with Florida this year, but we don't know if Zito offered him the same amount, the same 2.25 that he had been making, or if we needed him to take a pay cut. Either way, we lose Montour and OEL, and we replace them with nobody. That's the move I'm expecting. I do expect that we're going to get one, if not two, solid NHL defensemen in. Right now, you'd be looking at Ekblad, Forsling, Mikkola, Balinskis, Kulikov, and Bornfoot. I don't think we're going to start the season with that. So I do anticipate us getting one legit top four defenseman, I would hope, or at least give me one more experienced guy. Now, we did sign Kulikov to a 4-year 1.1, I believe it was 1.1. Now, I know some of you might go, oh my God, 4 years for Kulikov. Relax. It's really a 2-year deal, most likely. And then I would expect if he wants to retire or if we need to buy him out when Bob's contract goes off the books in a couple of years, that's not going to be a big amount of money that we would have to buy out. So that way you keep Kulikov, you get him a little bit of extra money more than you could give him per year, and that's good because obviously we know we saw what he can do this year, right? He can save pucks from going in the net in the Stanley Cup final, right, in Game 7. So I think I'm very happy that we re-signed him. There wasn't any real action with the forward group other than the bottom, fourth line. Lundell, we did give him a qualifying offer. I'm sure they're going to have to negotiate a little bit there. I have no concerns that we are going to lose Anton Lundell. I'm sure that situation will take care of itself. And we did not make any moves to fill what would be the spot on the right side next to Lundell. Again, I would assume that Samoskevich and Sauerdeff are going to come to camp. And this year, when they compete for a job and one of them makes the team, I think that's going to stick because I don't think we're going to have any money to put anybody next to Lundell and Lusterine. And that's fine, because eventually you have to take the guys that you draft and put them on the ice and see if they can play. And now that we already have our cup, that's when you do it. And if neither one of those guys can cut it, then you come to this, the trade deadline next year and you deal with that situation then. I think I heard Tarasenko went somewhere. I think it was Tarasenko was supposed to go to the Wild. That might not have happened. It might have just been a rumor. A couple of other things to note. Duclair, where did he go? Oh, I had it in the top of my head and now I lost it. Damn it. There was so much going on, you know what I mean, that I don't remember. He got a 4-year deal. Was it the Islanders? I think it was the Islanders. He got a 4-year deal at $3.5 million. That's interesting. Now back to the Panthers. The other big loss is Stolarz. Obviously, he goes again to Toronto. Not a huge amount of money, 2.5, something like that. Again, I'll have the numbers up here on the screen. Spencer Knight. Okay, that was we knew today would be the day that we would find out what the team thought of Spencer Knight and his future, and he's clearly going to be the backup now because. If we had traded Spencer Knight, that could have probably saved us Stenlund and Lomberg if we wanted to. Because, you know, Nosek and Greer, I think Panther fans are going to be happy with the style that they play and the face-off percentage of Nosek and the size of Greer. You know, I mean, we all love Ryan Lomberg. We're going to miss Ryan Lomberg. But in terms of trying to repeat, there's one hole on this team right now, and that is on the second pair next to Nico Mikkola. Now, some people kind of thought that maybe we'd be looking at Ghost Despair. He's going to have to take a lot less money than he was making last year. Last year he was making 4.5. Could we pay him 2? 2.5? I don't even know if we could pay him that. Maybe we could. Maybe, but we got to pay Lundell. We got to see what that number comes in. But Ghost Despair has not been signed anywhere else. Now, the biggest thing on the ice that we lost today was both power play quarterbacks. We lost Montour and OEL. Now, yes, you could put Forsling up there. Somebody on the stream also brought up just run 5 forwards and have Barkov and Lundell be the defensemen on the power play. That's not it's not the worst idea. But I'm sure that there's another move or two here to be made. I am not even a little bit concerned that Zito is done. There's still money to be spent. He has to find the right guy at the right price, but I'm sure he will. So again, just like last year, by the time I put out this video, I don't remember which player it was, but there was one player that I had to put in the subtitles that we had just signed while I was recording the video, so it wouldn't surprise me to see that. All of that put aside, let's see, did I forget anybody else? We lost Montour, OEL, Stolarz, Stenlund, and Lomberg. Now, Cousins has not been signed anywhere. Okposo, I don't think there's. I would assume he's going to retire. I don't think there's anything going on there. And you know, we already re-signed Reinhart, so the top 9 is set. If you consider Samoskevich or Sordif as the last piece next to Lundell. And again, we're not going to lose Lundell, so we're good there. In terms of the ability to repeat, as long as we don't have to play Nashville, which should be, yeah, Nashville signed everybody. They signed Stamkos, they signed Marchessault. Marchessault at $5.5 million. Vegas let Conn Smythe, Marchessault go for a $500,000 raise. It's not like they don't want him anymore. So Nashville definitely going all in for the home run pass. But in terms of our possibility to repeat, nothing happened today that makes me say there's no way we could repeat. We're still going to have the same issues of the Stanley Cup hangover and all of that. You know, how the guys have had 2 long runs, right? How's their bodies going to be? How long is it going to take them to recuperate from the last week of drinking all day, every day? But past that, there's nothing that happened today that makes me say, oh my God, there's no way we can repeat. The one little thing is that, okay, so you lose Montour, but if we would have signed OEL, I say, okay, that's okay, because OEL was Montour's replacement when he was out anyway. But we lost both. So if we could get one more guy, if Goss the Spare would come and we could afford him and we could play and he could play for us, I think I would look at this year's roster and last year's roster being this year being 25. I think I would look at it as kind of close to a wash. Close. Some of that's going to depend on how much does Zito believe in Balinskis? Bornfoot. I think somebody, I'm mispronouncing that, but I don't remember how somebody had told me to pronounce it, so I apologize for that. Somebody had corrected me. It's not Bornfoot. There's another pronunciation, but I can't remember what it was. So I promise to get it right by the next video. But remember, he was a first-round draft pick. He does have some NHL experience. He's not played, but I'm assuming that we're still going to get one more guy. So that's it for day one of free agency. No real big surprises. You kind of would have liked to keep OEL considering you lose Montour, but that's about it. I think the fourth line in the end, I think we will have improved that fourth line. Greer 6'3", 209. I love Ryan Lomberg, but that's a big difference. Okay, that's like Hall and Oates. Okay, that's a big difference there. Nothing to worry about. And Spencer Knight, I hate to call Spencer Knight a question mark. He better be. I hate to say that. I don't want to say he better be good, but we just lost several guys because we're paying Spencer Knight $4.5 million. So he better be good. I mean, it's you know what I mean. He looked like he was going to develop. Then he had the issues. He went to the player assistance program. That's all fine. It's a wash. But now you are a $4.5 million backup goalie that is supposed to be the heir apparent to Bobrovsky, who's going into the Hall of Fame and just won us a cup. So pressure's on, kid. The pressure's definitely on there. Let's hope he can handle it. All right, let me get this up and out so that Zito can make his next move. And I'm sure I'll have something up again tomorrow. Thank you all for coming out to the stream. Real quick fluffy update. He's doing better than he was yesterday. He's slowly kind of improving. I don't know where that's going to lead to because with his condition, it's not like he's not going to just like suddenly get better and leave to be 17. So I don't know. I'm just enjoying each day with him. All right. We'll see you again tomorrow.